Hey everyone, it's Krystallee here. Are you suffering from your nutrition when you're burnt out? And why is nutrition specifically essential when you're burnt out? And when you're burnt out, when you're stressed, you're not making the right decisions about food. You're stress eating, you're reaching for the comfort foods, you're making all the probably wrong choices about what you should be eating at this time. And the reason why you're doing this is because you're so stressed, maybe you're not eating, and then finally when you need to eat, that thought comes, and then you reach for something really quick, or something heavily processed, or maybe you think this granola bar is good for you, but it really has a ton of sugar in it, and you're making the wrong decisions because you forget to eat when you're stressed. Or sometimes when you're so stressed, you're too tired to make anything, you don't want to make food, so then you go out and you get takeout and you get a bunch of fast food, and you don't know what they put in that food, you don't know how they cook the food, you don't know the quality of the food, you don't know anything about it. And sometimes when you're extremely stressed, you overeat. You tend to just not know your limit. You just keep eating, and maybe you're so stressed that you get triggered to eat things that maybe you don't typically eat on a regular, and you have maybe too many desserts or too much deep fried foods or fatty foods or high carbohydrate foods. So all of these play a factor in why you're feeling a way, because there's a saying that you are what you eat, and you essentially are. Your food makes up every composes of everything in your body. Your food makes every part of your body, your brain, your tissues, your muscles, your organs, your mood, your thoughts. So it does affect every part of your body. So when you're not eating well, when you're eating quote unquote crappy food, you're gonna feel pretty crappy, and that's the output. And then you start beating yourself up, guilt comes in, you wish you never had that, so you have some regret. You're too tired to even deal with anything, so that also bothers you. And you've not given yourself the good energy to fuel your body like you need to, especially in burnout, because your energy's already saturated. It's already taken from you. So you need to give yourself good energy back so you can deal with the stress. So your body has the resources to deal with it on a physiological level. So what can you do when you're in this state and you've kind of gone down a dark hole with your nutrition and you're just needing to get to a place to start back and get back on track? It does require you to make some honest effort and not have any bad foods in your kitchen or at home. So keep the processed food at the grocery store. Don't reach for the snacks. Don't go for all those things that you know really aren't going to do you any good. And don't go down the aisles and buy the boxed foods and all the things that have a ton of preservatives in them, because they're being preserved so they can stand the shelf life. And so imagine what that's doing in your body with all of those additives. So really try to get some whole foods to help nurture your journey through getting through burnout. Because these foods will give you different energy to combat stress, give you different energy for your mind to filter through thoughts and to process thoughts, and to also moderate your mood. So there's a lot of factors involved with your food and the choices that you make with your food. And also, when you have that lingering craving for something, just monitor it and really determine, is this something that I'm really craving for, or is this just my mind telling me something? And sometimes it's probably just your mind telling you something, but it is normal that you may want maybe a piece of chocolate or have some fruit. So do give in to certain things that you do require and do want. Don't deny yourself of everything, but it's about finding a balance between it all. It's not about denying yourself of things that you enjoy, but also making conscious efforts to determine what is suitable for your diet, what is good for you during this time. So it's not about eliminating, it's about making better choices. And when you make better choices, then you'll start feeling better overall. And so really monitoring your sugar intake, even your caffeine, trying to avoid caffeine when you're burnt out. I know when you're stressed, maybe you have deadlines, maybe you have a lot of things to do, maybe you think that caffeine's giving you energy to really accomplish all these tasks, but really if you ever noticed you have that caffeine crash, maybe you've had 2 coffees and you're just about to get that next one and boom, you're already done for. You just can't deal with anything anymore. You've crashed already and you need to go get another one. So this isn't actually helping you. It's actually taking away from your good energy. So it's really necessary to be mindful about the amount of caffeine that you're taking in when you're stressed and burnt out, because it can really jog your thoughts and how you process things and your overall body sensations that you may have. It can actually create and heighten feelings of anxiety. So really bringing some attention to that, bringing some awareness to how much caffeine you're taking in. Maybe you just have that 1 coffee in the day and you're more than satisfied from doing that. And make that conscious decision to maintain this and to follow through, because this is the kind of support you need when you're going through burnout. So you don't want these rushing sensations and these bodily sensations that make you feel terrible. And really look at even things that you're typically doing. If you are a social drinker and you take in alcohol at times, be aware that that can also put you in a state emotionally and physically. So really limiting that, because when you're stressed all the time, your organs aren't working at their normal rate. Think about it, you're in this constant fight and flight mode. So everything is in overdrive. Your whole body, including all of your organs, and everything that is required to pump and break down food. So when you're putting a lot of stress through the additives that you're putting into your body, regardless what they are putting stress onto your body. So why not stress it out in a better way by choosing some better options that are available to you out there, and just taking that extra step and extra time to do some self-care through food. And this is so important because you can care for yourself through food by making the right choices, making better choices for yourself, and ultimately this will make you be on the win-win situation on every level, through your diet, your overall body composition, how you feel about things, your thoughts and how you can think, and your overall mood will be stabilized. And also you'll probably find that your weight will metabolize and stabilize as well, because when you're in a constant stress, your weight's fluctuating, and that's many things. That could be hormonal levels, cortisol levels, and even the way you're eating as well, and sleeping. So there's a lot of factors involved, but getting a grasp on one thing at a time, starting with your nutrition, is something that you can really help yourself get through this and work through this on a healthier, more whole level. So I hope you're able to get some value out of that today. I'll see you soon.